Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. Welcome to all of my brand new subscribers. Welcome. I hope you shall stay around for the duration. I've got a lovely video for you all today, and that is, do I stand a chance with my crush? You fancy the pants off this person, you're crushing big time, but you're sort of not sure whether they like you, whether there's any possibility of going out with them, being in a relationship and all the rest of it. So we need to look at whether there is a hope in hell of you being together. So I've set up the 3 piles. I'm putting the timestamps in the description box and pinning it as top comment. So I want you to relax, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, focus on your crush and ask yourself the question, is there a possibility for us, between us? When you feel ready, make your choice and click on the timestamp, because I'll be waiting for you at your reading. If you want a bit more time to do that, then please press pause, because I'm now moving on to the readings. Okay, those of you that chose number 1, here's your reading. Let's start off with, what are the energies between you and your crush? Sort of the to and fro, the combined energies between you. So we start off with the universe, which is the world. Queen of Wands. 6 of Wands. This is all good. This is all really good energy. So the energies between you is that there's vibrant success, positivity. I think that if we take the world first, it's fulfilling. I think you both like each other. I mean, obviously with a crush, you tend to have crushes on people that you don't know very well, or you've just met, or you only know a little bit about them. You haven't really spent much time with each other, but obviously, what you see you like. Some of you might have known this person for a long time and you've had a crush on them for a long time. And that comes across with this, is that there's a fulfillment there, there's a satisfaction. You like what you see, and I think that possibly they like, it comes across that they like what they see in you as well. From what you both know of each other, you like what you see and you're happy with what you see. There's fulfillment, there's a completion. You might both see each other as quite worldly and experienced, but that really depends on how old you are. I mean, the younger you are, let's just say that you're fulfilling expectations, and the older you are, the more likely you are to be actually worldly. But the Queen of Wands, I mean, we've got a female and male here, so let's just take it, for most of my audience, it's females attracted to males, but if you're a lady attracted to other ladies, or a man attracted to other men, or even men attracted to women, that's all fine. Just fit the energies into each other. But there's this attraction here, that there's a sort of magnetic appeal, that there's a warmth and a sexuality that's very appealing. I think definitely for you, you probably do really fancy them and are sexually attracted to them. So this might just be your energy, but that there's a can't take my eyes off you feel. That the Queen of Wands is the centre of attention. She's got the glow about her. A sexuality versus a sensuality. So there's certainly, I would say that for a lot of you, yes, you have been noticed. You've noticed them, and I think a lot of you have been noticed by your crush, which is a positive, isn't it? And we've got the 6 of Wands. So what we've got here is a success. Whatever your connection is, it's going really well. Whether it's in the minor stages, or you have both known each other for a while and it's just sort of friends and they're not sure. It's all positive. It's success, out on parade, being noticed, having attention paid to you. For a lot of you, your crush really has noticed you back, which is good, because that's what you want. Hopefully they've got a crush on you. But yeah, positive. I mean, I can't spend too much time on that because basically, yes, good. You've got good things going on between the two of you, however minor or large the connection is between the two of you. It's positivity, warmth, good feelings, setting off. You've got a good reputation, setting a good example, and vice versa. Good. So let's move on to this card. I've just done the one which is representative of how they see you. How do they see you? And we have the Four of Pentacles. They think that you just don't open up enough to them, or perhaps at all. If you're quite shy around them because you're like, oh, they won't like me, they won't fancy me, you know, I'm not attractive enough for them, I'm just a nobody. They have noticed you and they're thinking, well, why don't they come forward and sort of open up a bit? You're closed off, you're protective, you're putting a shield over yourself. Some of you might find that this is them. Because it's such a generalised reading, I do have to sort of include that for some of you, you might feel that they are closed off. But they like you. There's a positivity here. So that suggests to me that these arms could be opened a bit. But yeah, if we take it as the question, which is how do they see you? They see you as closed off. As, you know, almost like territorial, that you're not willing to open up and let anybody or anything else in. So if you are shy, you know, you need to sort of be a bit more inviting, a bit more open. Maybe you talk to them, but you don't let them into the real you or your world or your life. But they like you. They might think that this is all they're going to get. That they're not going to get to know the real you. But of course, you have a crush on them, so I would hope that you are willing to let them see the real you. So yeah, be a bit more open and inviting and just sort of, you know, it doesn't have to be a rush job. I mean, I know what it's like to be shy. I know what it's like to be just shy about getting attention. I think if you're shy, you know exactly what I mean. You don't want people looking at you or paying attention to you. But you can build your confidence and overcome that, so that you get used to that attention. You don't have to rush it, just slowly open up a bit until you feel comfortable around them. And it is difficult when you're really attracted to someone and you're not sure how they feel to open up and let them in. So I understand this, but you can do it. So the next three is sort of advice and what could happen if you open up, you know, sort of I've put it as if you approach them or you put out the indicators that you will welcome them approaching you. So if you're happy to go out and say, do you want to go out for a coffee sometime? This will fit for you. If you're the type that sort of wants to bat their eyelashes so that they will come and ask you out for a coffee or something, then this will also work for you. But you need to take the action that you're comfortable with. So this is the Tarot of Sexual Magic, by the way, so there could be images of a sexual nature. But that's why I'm going to start putting it in the title that 18 plus when I use these cards. So number one, the Lovers. Ooh. Hanged Man. 10 of Chalices, 10 of Cups. Brilliant. This is wonderful. I think you should just take a deep breath and take the plunge, if I'm honest. That's my quick advice. We've got the Lovers. This is seduction. So whether you try to seduce or you're open to seduction, it's like the magic of the red roses or the red flowers. Each sort of card has a description and a tagline, and it's seduction for the Lovers. And this suggests to me, like as advice, I'm noticing for all three of them, they're all out in nature. Now, I'm not suggesting that you take them to like a nudist beach or something. You know, they're naked because it's a tarot of sexual magic, but they're all in nature. So maybe you could ask them, you know, if you're both interested in wildlife, maybe you could go to the park, or you could go like to the zoo or something. You know, somewhere where there's nature or flowers, a nice park, or gardens or something. There's a lot of sweet sensuality with these 3 cards. This is gentle. I get the feeling now that you're quite gentle. I got it sort of a hint about that with shyness. I think you're quite sweet and gentle, or they are. And this is going to be the tone of the approach, or, you know, like I'm thinking this is leading up to a first date maybe. Because this is sort of what you get if you make the approach, or let them make the approach to you. And it's seduction. Because I'm getting the feeling you're probably, you know, the feeling's probably mutual in some way. The next is sacrifice. But the Hanged Man, yeah, talks about sacrifice, but it's about waiting. I think this is going to be slow moving. I don't think this is going to be crushes, go out on a first date, that's it. I think this is going to be a slow moving connection. And I think it's possibly because of this feeling of being protective and conserving, you know, not taking too many risks, is that you might slow things down, and that's fine. Don't rush through things. If you need it to be slower, let it be slower. He's interested. If it's a he that you're after, or a she, they are interested. Or, you know, if they're the one that needs to slow down, they are interested in you, but they just can't rush things. It's slow. And this is affection, I think, or attraction. It's been a while since I've had that card. I might grab the little booklet to just double check that word, because here we go. 10 of Chalices. I don't want to say affection and it's attachment. Attachment is attachment. Yeah. I think you're going to be, you know, there's an attachment. I think if you ask them out, they'll be, yeah, let's go out for a coffee. Or if you sort of smile and open up a bit, I think they'll ask you out, and you'll have a nice catch up. I mean, this is only just the initial, is there a chance with you, with your crush? And I think for you, the answer is a resounding yes. What you both make of it after that is entirely up to the 2 of you. But I think that they do like you. I think there is an attraction there. I think there's a compatibility between the 2 of you, if I'm going to be honest here with these 3 cards. I think there's a fundamental compatibility. And what comes through with this as well is, yeah, there's seduction, but there's also seduction into friendship. So I think that you can you know, that friendship could be, you know, because this is talks about a platonic, this is about a deep love, but even a platonic one. So even if you want romance and it doesn't pan out to romance, I think you'll be very happy to have met a friend for life. And for some of you, don't feel like, oh, just good friends. Really great relationships. In fact, for the majority, you know, of, let's be honest, actually, all relationships that are truly strong and long-lasting have friendship between the couples. Yeah, there's love and desire and sexuality and all the other things, shared ambitions, but you got to be friends with the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And I think what comes through here with these 3 is what you're going to get is friendship and seduction and attachment. And that sounds like a complete dream come true to me. Maybe it is for you. So yeah, it's up to you whether you take the risk or not, but I think that yes, there's a good chance here for you and your crush to make a go of it. So I wish you all the best of luck with this, those of you that chose number 1. He who dares wins. So let me know in the comments section if it resonates, and if you do get a date with your crush and it goes well. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 2, this is your reading. So, Let's start off with these 3 cards that are representative of the energies between you and your crush. Oh, 6 of Swords. 4 of Wands. It's a bit better. 4 of Cups. It's interesting. Give me a second. I think what comes to mind straight off is that actually what's going on between you and your crush, whether it's, you know, because sometimes because it's your reading, you're the one watching the video, it's going to be from your perspective rather than theirs. But I think actually there's probably a good chance that the both of you are really thinking about it is moving on. So I don't know whether you or they have come out of a relationship or normally I would say with each other, but this is a crush. I don't think you have a crush on somebody that you've been in a relationship with. But maybe you have had a long-term relationship that you've come out of, and now this is your first real attraction to somebody new. For you or for them. And I think what the energies is, what it's saying to me is that actually there's real thought. It's really thought. There's 2 cards talking about thinking. About, in a sense, moving on towards something new. So that speaks to me that there's this feels positive in that I think perhaps you or your crush is just thinking it's time now to start off with a new relationship. I'm going to have to look at the other cards to see how this leads before I can carry on with this interpretation here, because it really does feel like this young lady is thinking about what's gone on in the past, the 3 cups that she can't access, but there is a cup above her. And I feel that this is what it is. This is the past relationships maybe that have failed or things going on in your life. And she's thinking about either how to get across to them or how to leave them and just stand up and grab the cup she's got above her head. So there is something there, and I feel that this is attraction. And they're thinking about, you know, between the 2 of you, what's the foundation, what's the stability, where's the celebration and the positivity in this connection? Because this to me is always like the wedding card, the marriage card, the commitment card, the foundation of life card through our relationships with others. So it can come up with family celebrations like wedding anniversaries or, you know, like 16th birthday parties and so on, christenings. And so I think it's about moving on to something new that could be a much more stable and solid relationship, a foundation of life. So this card represents how your crush sees you now at this moment in time. 3 of Swords. I think that they're looking at it that you're not really letting on how you feel. Because for me, the 3 of Swords, it's got the heart, obviously emotions, feelings, but the 3 swords are stabbed through it. This is somebody who has control over their emotions. This is somebody that, you know, when fear rises and fills their spine, they stand firm and go courage and won't give in to their emotions. You know, and as well as a partner, when you have a big fight, you could be there throwing and smashing plates around and they just stand there saying, this is juvenile, you need to control yourself. You know, they won't rise to the bait. This is somebody very, very in control of their emotions. And that's how they see you, as somebody that's... It doesn't mean that you don't have the emotions, by the way. And I wouldn't say your crush, obviously I don't know them, that they think you don't have the emotions. They think that you control them immensely. And you might do that, you know. Being English, it would be a case of a stiff upper lip. The feelings are there, but they're tightly controlled. So they might be aware that you are attracted to them, but they feel that you're controlling it. And this is where the thought's coming in. This is beginning to make a bit of a better picture. They might really like you and you really like them, but there's the uncertainty of it. And because there's the uncertainty of it, you're not letting on really because you don't want to get hurt, I would imagine, or you don't want to be embarrassed socially. You don't want to go up to them, ask them out and they're like, get lost. It's embarrassing and it hurts. It hurts. It's not nice to be rejected. So I understand that. I have every sympathy. But they're certainly noticing it. I think they're noticing that you're holding back on them. Yeah. I think you're the ones thinking and they're thinking of moving on, but you're the one thinking of taking the plunge. And you're both thinking of what the foundation of this whole thing could be. So now we've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So I'm going to put in the title about it being 18 plus, and this is the reason why. But these 3 cards represent if you took the plunge and either were the one who came up and said, oh, shall we go out? You know, do you want to go to the pictures? Do you want to go out for a coffee or whatever? If that's you, you know, what will happen if you did that? But if you're the type that's more, you know, would like to give off signals that you would welcome them asking you out, you know, that you would rather that they come and say, would you like to go out on a date or whatever? But, you know, you're going to blink your eyelashes and smile and sort of give subtle hints. It's the same thing. What will you get if you're inviting and open towards them and show a bit of emotion, or you actually were the, I want to say aggressive, but that's not the right word, but I think you know what you mean. You're the person that comes forward and asks out. So we start off with the 8 of Chalices. 6 of Swords again. And the 3 of Wands. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I think what's going to happen if it comes to the point you get to meet up with them, you know, date-wise. We've got the 8 of Chalices, which is she's bashful, she's shy, she's not sure, but he's obviously like, wow, you're the one. This could be you, this could be them. And they're just a bit unsure, and it's sort of getting to know each other. That you must overcome your shyness and be opening up to others. So it's overcoming this 3 of Swords energy here. And that's what it's going to do. Whether that's beneficial for you just long term in your life anyway, or it's specifically in your connection with this other person, time will tell. But it is going to sort of force down a bit of a barrier where you know, and don't think that they're going to be mauling you. This could be just simply sitting down over a drink and chatting about your life and opening up in that way, in letting them know, you know, a bit more about you. Next we have about doing something different. This is sort of about keeping boredom away by doing exciting things, is the way I always interpret this card. So I'm going to say that actually, although I've described going out for a coffee, going to the traditional things, take them out, you know, go out for a meal. You might do, the trick might be to do something that's slightly different in terms, you know. I don't mean going out on an insane date where you end up bungee jumping or something, or jumping out of a plane or whatever. I mean, if that's your thing, then that's brilliant. But there's a sense here that the aim is to not have a boring meetup. So for some of you, yeah, it's going out and just socialising in a coffee shop for a few hours. It's not going to be a boring few hours. It's not going to be what you expect. If you think that you're just going to sit there and talk about what you did from university to your first job to the current job, no, it's going to be an interesting conversation. And for others of you, it's just going to be to a place to do something that you hadn't thought of as doing before. And then the next, the 3 of Wands, I mean, they're kissing, which is a plus, and it's warm and inviting card. But it resonates with me in a different way, in that it's talking about feelings that were thought to be lost. And I said to you earlier on that it was almost like thinking about moving on and not, and it sort of made me think of an old relationship. I'm now sure that for some of you, this might be the first time that you properly want to be with someone after being single for a long time, or from being in a relationship that ended. because it's talking about feelings once lost. And again, I would have normally said that if you were in a relationship with them, it's about the resurgence of those feelings. Like, yes, I do still love you. But this is a crush. So I think you or the other person has thought that it wasn't going to happen again for them or for you. But it is going to happen. It is going to be a great date. If you've had a series of really bad dates and you can't, you've been on Tinder or you've been on, dating, and you're thinking it's just not going to happen for you, when you go out and meet with this person, it's going to be absolutely enchanting time. The shyness is going to be overcome. It's not going to go the way you think, but not, I think you're going to be happy with it, because you're going to think, yeah, what I thought was lost isn't lost. You still got the magic touch. You can still attract someone and go out on dates, or that this person could be someone special for some of you. So I'm going to say you do have a chance of, with this person, but even if actually for a lot of you it doesn't work out with this crush, or it doesn't come out in a date, what I think you need to do is open up a bit more, but think about what you really want in life. And I think you're capable of that. And I think you're going through that. And get yourself out there. If you want to settle down with someone, or just find someone to, if you want to date a bit, that's fine. But I suspect you probably want to settle down. It will happen for you once you've overcome this hurdle of thinking that it's not going to happen for you, because it is. With this person or with someone else, doesn't matter. And I think that's the message that you need to hear the most, number twos, those of you that chose number 2, is I think that you think you're closed down because of failures, I think. And you need to open up, because you're not a failure, you've just not met the right person. And this might be the right person, but if it's not, you're going to come out and think, well, maybe it's not them, but there is someone, and I'm ready now to go out and find them. So, yes, I think you do. But I think you haven't got much time, because I think they're ready to move on, if I'm honest, from these cards. Because of this feeling that you're controlling your emotions, controlling your feelings. So they're unsure, they're not sure what you're feeling. They know you're feeling something, but they don't know what it is, I would say. So it's up to you to decide what you're going to do next. But I wish you all the best of luck for the future with it. Please let me know in the comments section how it goes. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 3, this is your reading. Do you have a chance with your crush? These 3 cards represent the energies that are, between the two of you, what's going on, the merging of them, or the to and fro of them. Knight of Wands, that's good. 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. So, the Knight of Wands is, sexual energy. He's raring to go. He's up for adventure. He's love him and leave him. It's a speedy mover, I'm going to be honest, the Knight of Wands is a bit unreliable. He wants adventure. If you're a bit of adventure, he'll come and enjoy you for a bit, but then he's back on his horse going off again. He's the sort of woman in every port sort of bloke, it's... I think there's sexual energy here, sexual desire, but I would say not committed, which makes sense because it's crush. Crushes are all high energy, high intensity feelings. So that's ridden through for both of you. There's a 7 of Pentacles. It's thinking, well, is this worth a crop worth picking? Is it something that I should leave to mature and grow and ripen more? Is it time? There's a lot of investment here in this connection, I feel. So I'm wondering whether you've known each other for a while. Or, this is a sudden attraction between the two of you. I know I've said that crushes tend to be on people that you just meet, but it can be that it's somebody that you look and you suddenly think, why did I never see you like that before? But if it, either way, it's about is it time? Is it time for something to happen here? But there's also, curiously, a desire to keep it to yourself, to not embark on this. It's like conserving, protecting. He's got his pentacles and he's keeping it close to his chest. And he's got his 2 pentacles on the floor and he's got his feet over them. Nothing's getting through this. Nobody's getting those 3 pentacles. And the one on his head is just on his head, but what he can protect, he is protecting. So the energy between the 2 of you is that you're not really willing to open up to possibly the sexual desire, which, you know, if you're not sure of each other, you're not sure if they fancy you or they're not sure that you fancy them, it makes sense. Is it time to approach the other person, or should it be left a bit longer to see how the land really lies? That's what comes across here. Yeah, you both possibly got something to protect, you know, yourselves, your ego, whatever. That's perfectly normal. That makes sense to me. This card, I should just look at it, I should tell you what it means. This card represents how your crush sees you. And we've got the 9 of Cups, which always is to me is a jolly, happy person. They're fun to be around. They're satisfied. They've got everything they want. They're all their needs are being met, especially their emotional ones, because it's the 9 of Cups. It's the happy merchant as described. But the truth is that the merchant has got his 9 cups. He hasn't got the 10th cup yet. He hasn't got the happily ever after, the contented family. But he has got, you know, all of his needs met. So they see you as somebody, you know, single, unattached, independent, but just funny as well, you know, laughing, joyful, uninhibited, unencumbered by anything. Fun. You know, you could be wealthy and well off and abundant, or, you know, but at the very least you come across that way as jolly and happy and all the rest of it. Positive. They see you in a really good light. These 3 cards are the Tarot of Sexual Magic. That's why we've got 18 plus in the title. And this is, if you took the initiative and approached them, sort of said, should we, you know, I like you, should we go out, should we try something, whatever. This is sort of what you'll get, like what you could get. But for those of you where you're more, you know, you're not going to approach them, but maybe you can give them signals that you would welcome their advances, that you would welcome them to approach you and ask you out. It's the same thing, what you'll get if you allow them to approach you or you approach them. The Devil, straight in. The Tower. Knight of Chalices. Okay. I'm starting to see this 4 of Pentacles in a new light. I'm starting to think whether this is information being withheld, maybe. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like the look of these 3 cards. Not together in this combination. What you're going to get is talking about, it's like overwhelming desire. It's liberating orgy. I've never forgotten I saw the Devil because I thought what a great way of putting it. But it's magnetism. He's magnetic. He's sexually voracious. There's all these people behind him just going at it, hammer and tongs, and he's got this giant dildo. Tower's betrayal. Look, she's cheating with this bloke, and he looks like he's devastated. His heart's there, and he's got the axe, and it's just a mess. And this is bashfulness, shyness. So I'm going to be honest. What it says to me, if you have this approach, is there's going to be this magnetic sexual energy between the 2 of you that you'll probably succumb to, and then feel shy and whatever. What have I done? And I don't sleep with someone on a first date, and then you do. For a small percentage of you, I've got to say, for a small percentage of you, this betrayal comes about because one or other of you are with someone, and that's why I'm looking at this 4 of Pentacles in a different light. I would hope, you know, that you're all single, but I think you need to make sure that they are single. You know, that there isn't, you know, you don't want to be the other man or the other woman. And for those of you where, no, they're single, I know they're single, they're not attached, you know, I'm single, no. It might go further than you anticipate. That's not to say that anything horrible is going to happen. I think that it's seduction. I think you're just going to suddenly feel, oh my God, I must have this person. But at the end of it, you're going to be like, what have I done? So this is forewarned is forearmed. Don't put yourself in a position where, not that you will, I'm not saying sexual assault, what I'm just saying is that don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be seduced if you don't want to be seduced. Because it is seduction. But in some way, I just feel like that there's this almost, you don't want to be the sort of person that sleeps on a first date, or you don't want to be the sort of person that sleeps with someone on a first date anymore, maybe. And the fact that it happens makes you feel, oh, what have I done, you know, and you suddenly feel shy in front of this person because you've done something that you don't normally do. So for some of you, this isn't a big issue at all. But I just want, for those of you that it might be a big issue that you do that, to give yourself forewarning is that there's a lot of sexual energy here that you might find irresistible. So think on it, take a condom with you, do whatever makes you know what you're happy with. But if you're not, you don't have to fall into this energy if it's not what you want. But the others of you, it's just going to be an exciting adventure. I'm just worried about the Tower card, which does mean betrayal. And betrayal is difficult to deal with. Either someone, actually, an innocent person gets hurt, or you have to realise, you know, if you betray your own principles or something, it's difficult. That wasn't the reading I was expecting to give. I think there is an opportunity with you in this crush, and I think they have a positive image of you. I think you just got to think where you want it to go, because I am troubled by the Tower card, if I'm honest with you. And you might end up feeling so awkward after this whole thing has happened that it's difficult. If this is someone at work, it's going to be difficult to work with them, or this is someone in the friendship group, you might find it's a bit weird. So it's up to you. As always, you have free will. You don't have to do anything you don't want to, and you don't have to miss out on anything that you really want to do. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope it goes well. Please let me know in the comments section if it makes any sort of sense to you. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.